Helm values provide a powerful way to customize chart deployments in Kubernetes. They allow you to configure applications without modifying the underlying templates. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to override default chart values to tailor deployments to your specific requirements, making your Kubernetes applications flexible and adaptable across different environments. Helm values are configuration parameters that enable customization of chart deployments without altering the template files themselves. These values are defined in a file called values.yaml, which contains default settings for your application. The beauty of this approach is that you can override these defaults during installation or upgrade operations, giving you complete control over your deployment configuration while keeping the chart templates unchanged and reusable. Let's examine a typical values.yaml file structure. At the top level, you might have replica count set to 2, which determines how many pod instances will run. The image section contains nested values including the repository name, such as nginx, the tag specifying the version like 1.21, and the pull policy set to if not present. The service section defines the service type as cluster IP and the port as 80. This hierarchical structure makes it easy to organize and manage configuration parameters for complex applications. Helm provides 4 main approaches to override default values. First, the -- set flag allows you to override individual values directly from the command line, perfect for quick changes. Second, the -- values flag lets you specify a custom YAML file containing multiple overrides, ideal for managing larger configurations. Third, you can use multiple values files together, combining different configuration layers for more complex scenarios. Finally, it's important to understand the priority order. Values specified later in the command take precedence over earlier ones, giving you fine-grained control over the final configuration. The -- set flag is perfect for quick inline overrides during installation. Here's a practical example. When running Helm install my app from the My Chart directory, you can add multiple -- set flags. For instance, -- set replica count equals 3 changes the number of replicas, -- set image.tag equals 1.22 updates the image version, and -- set service.type equals load balancer modifies the service type. This method is excellent for one-off changes, or when automating deployments with scripts where values need to be computed dynamically. For managing multiple overrides, the -- values flag offers a more maintainable approach. First, you create a custom values file, such as custom-values.yaml, where you define your overrides. In this file, you might set replica count to 5, change the image tag to 2.0, and update the service type to node port. Then, when installing the chart, you simply reference this file using the -- values flag followed by the file name. This approach is much cleaner than using multiple -- set flags and makes it easy to version control your configurations and share them across teams. Understanding the priority order of value overrides is crucial for effective Helm usage. The priority flows from lowest to highest. At the lowest priority is the default values.yaml file included with the chart. This can be overridden by custom files specified with the -- values flag, which have medium priority. Finally, at the highest priority are individual parameters set with the -- set flag. This means that -- set will always take precedence, allowing you to override even the values from custom files when necessary. This hierarchical system gives you maximum flexibility in managing configurations across different environments and deployment scenarios. Following best practices ensures maintainable and secure Helm deployments. First, use values files for complex configurations rather than multiple -- set flags, as files are easier to read and maintain. Second, always store your custom values files in version control systems like Git for reproducibility and audit trails. Third, create environment-specific values files for development, staging, and production environments to maintain consistency while accommodating environment-specific needs. Finally, Document your overrides by adding comments that explain why specific values were changed. These practices will help your team collaborate effectively and maintain clarity as your Kubernetes infrastructure grows in complexity.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.